All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Neeraj Chopra's gold in javelin throw leads to India contingent's best ever performance at an Olympics. Also ends India's 100-year wait for a medal in athletics. Haryana government announces a cash reward of 6 crore rupees for Neeraj Chopra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to release next installment of financial benefits under PM Kisan scheme tomorrow. Karnataka government issues order to implement new education policy 2020 from current academic session. Vaccination coverage in the country crosses 50.62 crore mark. Delhi government announces reopening of all weekly markets from tomorrow. NIA search multiple locations in Bengaluru in connection with the DJ Halli and KG Halli police station attack cases. More than 200 Taliban fighters killed in aerial raids by Afghan Air Force in Jaujan province. And in cricket, India needs 157 runs to win first test of 5-match series against England on the final day today. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. India's campaign at the Tokyo Olympics 2020 finished on a high yesterday with Neeraj Chopra's historic gold in men's javelin throw. India's medal tally at the Tokyo Olympics swelled to 7, the highest ever haul for the country, beating the tally of 6 medals at the 2012 London Games. India won 1 gold, 2 silver and 4 bronze medals at the Tokyo Games in an impressive showing. Javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra created history by becoming the first from the country to win a track and field gold at the Games. The 23-year-old produced the second throw of 87.58 meters in the finals to stun the athletics world and end India's 100-year wait for a track and field medal in the Olympics. Chopra's throw could not be surpassed by anyone else, including world number 1 and hot favourite for the yellow medal, Johannes Vetter. Neeraj, who is a Subedar with the Rajputana Rifles in the Indian Army, became only the second Indian individual gold medalist after Abhinav Bindra at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. After winning gold, Chopra dedicated his gold medal to late Milkha Singh and PT Usha and other Indian athletes who came close to winning an Olympic medal. He said he was not under pressure of competing with the rest of the javelin stars and worked very hard to achieve his target.
सभी को धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा जो मैं बोल रहा था बार-बार कि मुझे बाहर कंपटीशन चाहिए तो उनकी बहुत हेल्प रही है टॉप साई फेडरेशन जेडब्ल्यू स्पोर्ट्स और जिस जिसने मुझे सपोर्ट किया है तो सभी का बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद.
President Ramnath Kovind congratulated Neeraj Chopra and in a tweet he said, "It's an unprecedented win by Neeraj Chopra and his javelin gold breaks barriers and creates history." Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu said, "Neeraj Chopra's extraordinary success fills the hearts of fellow Indians with boundless joy and pride." Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Neeraj Chopra and congratulated him on winning the gold. The Prime Minister appreciated his hard work and tenacity which have been on full display during Tokyo Olympics.
नीरज जी नमस्ते और बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको. आज ओलंपिक समापन की दिशा में जा रहा है और आपने देश को खुश कर दिया. हाँ बस वही था कि बस ये मेरा सबसे लास्ट ये है कि मैं इंडियन में तो बस अच्छा करना है और गोल्ड जीतना और तो बहुत खुशी की बात है. बहुत अच्छा लगा और मुझे लगता है कि सभी
जो अपने भारत और जो लोग देख रहे थे उनकी बहुत दुआएं और उनका सपोर्ट था पीछे थे इतने ज्यादा लोगों का तो शायद उसी ने मुझे यहाँ पे आज बुलाया है.
In a tweet, Sports Minister Anurag Thakur said Neeraj Chopra's superbly soaring throw deserves 1 billion cheers and his name will be etched in the history books with golden letters. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Army Chief General M.M. Naravane and all ranks of the Indian Army have congratulated Subedar Neeraj Chopra on winning nation's first ever gold medal in athletics in Olympics. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik also took to Twitter to congratulate Chopra, adding his golden throw to inspire generations. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy also conveyed their hearty congratulations to Neeraj Chopra. Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has announced a cash reward of 6 crore rupees and a Class 1 category government job for javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra, who clinched the gold medal at Tokyo Olympics yesterday. Mr. Khattar also said that the state government will build a centre of excellence in Panchkula, where he will be the head if he chooses to. He will also be given a plot with 50% concession. Neeraj Chopra created history as he became the first athlete from the country to win a gold in a track and field event in the Olympics. He threw a distance of 87.58 meters to pick the gold at the Tokyo Olympics.
Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh has announced a special cash reward of 2 crore rupees for Neeraj Chopra for winning gold at Tokyo Games. BCCI also announced cash reward for medal winners at Tokyo Olympics. BCCI Secretary Jay Shah said Neeraj Chopra will be given 1 crore rupees. 50 lakh rupees each will be given to silver medalist Mirabai Chanu and Ravi Kumar Dahiya. 25 lakh rupees each to be given to bronze medalist PV Sindhu, Lavlina Borgohain and Bajrang Punia, BCCI said. The world's biggest sporting event has come to an end. The closing ceremony for the Tokyo Olympics 2020 will begin this evening at the National Stadium in Tokyo. The Summer Games, delayed by a year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, displayed great moments of triumph and history. The ceremony will also transition the Summer Olympics from Tokyo in 2021 to the Paris Games set to be held in 2024. This was also the first Olympics to be held without spectators. There are a few events yet to be hosted in the Games, including the men's marathon final and the women's basketball final between USA and host Japan. For India, Bajrang Punia will lead the proceedings after being officially named as a flag bearer for the closing ceremony. With 7 medals, India registered its best ever tally at the Olympics. India won 1 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze medals at the Tokyo Games. India's previous best tally was 6 at the 2012 London Olympics.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will release the next installment of financial benefit under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi PM Kisan scheme tomorrow via video conferencing. This will enable the transfer of an amount of more than 90,500 crore rupees to more than 9.75 crore beneficiary farmer families. The Prime Minister will interact with farmer beneficiaries during the event and will also address the nation. Union Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat has said that the country has made significant achievements under the Jal Jeevan Mission despite the challenge of the COVID pandemic during the last almost 16 months. Talking to media in Raipur, the capital of Chhattisgarh, he said that there are about 74 districts in the country where tap water has been provided to every household. Besides, in more than 1 lakh villages and about 55,000 panchayats, 100% target has been achieved under the Jal Jeevan Mission.
देश के 3 करोड़ 23 लाख घरों की माताओं बहनों को ही पानी पीने के लिए घर में उपलब्ध था। वो आंकड़ा बढ़कर के 4 करोड़ 50 लाख से ज्यादा नए घरों को कनेक्शन पिछले इस 18 महीने के कालखंड में दे पाए हैं। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में हम लक्ष्य लेकर के चलेंगे कि हम 2024 तक देश में एक भी माँ बहन ऐसी नहीं रहे जो पीने का पानी लेने के लिए अपने सर पर मटका रख करके या हाथों में बाल्टी उठाने कर लाने के लिए अभिशप्त हो।
During his visit to Chhattisgarh yesterday, Mr. Shekhawat reviewed progress of Jal Jeevan Mission and Jal Shakti Abhiyan in the state with Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel. The Union Minister said that the performance of Chhattisgarh in the context of Jal Jeevan Mission has not been good so far. The state of Chhattisgarh is on the 30th position in the whole country in this regard. The state has spent only 22% of the grant given by the centre under the Jal Jeevan Mission last year. The Union Minister said that during the review meeting, Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel has assured that tap water will be provided to about 22 lakh households of Chhattisgarh this year.
Today is the 79th anniversary of Quit India movement. On this day, 1942, father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi gave the clarion call of do or die to all Indians to drive away Britishers from the country. The movement had begun from Gwalior Tank in Mumbai. We have more from our correspondent.
On 8th August 1942, Mahatma Gandhi told a crowd at the Gwalior Tank Maidan in Mumbai, let every Indian consider himself to be a free man. It was this famous do-or-die speech that launched the Quit India movement or the Bharat Chhoro Andolan. Several national leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi, Abdul Kalam Azad, Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel were arrested following this. The first half of the movement was peaceful with demonstrations and processions. The peaceful protest was carried till Mahatma Gandhi's release. Thereafter, the movement led to large-scale violence directed at railway stations, telegraph offices, government buildings and other emblems and institutions of colonial rule. The Quit India movement was the last major civil disobedience movement organized before India became a sovereign nation in 1947. Suparna Saikia, AIR News, Delhi.
The day is observed as August Kranti Day every year. Culture Minister G. Kishan Reddy will inaugurate an exhibition on Quit India movement today. As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav being celebrated to mark the 75th year of independence, National Archives of India is organizing an exhibition on the Quit India movement on its 79th anniversary today. Culture Minister G. Kishan Reddy will inaugurate the exhibition in the presence of Ministers of State for Culture Arjun Ram Meghwal and Meenakshi Lekhi. Culture Ministry said this is an endeavour to portray the significance of the Quit India movement in the freedom struggle of India through public records, private papers, maps, photographs and other allied material. The exhibition will remain open from 9th August onwards from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. for the public till 8th November this year. 8th August is an important date in the annals of the Indian history and a turning point in the independence movement. It was on 8th August 1942 that Mahatma Gandhi made a call to do or die in his Quit India speech at the Gwalior Tank Maidan in Mumbai. To commemorate the 79th anniversary of the Quit India movement, the Films Division is reviving the spirit of the landmark moment by screening two rare documentaries from the series, India's Struggle for Freedom. The films will be screened today on Films Division website and YouTube channels. Quit India covers the period from 1939 when the Second World War broke out and the Cripps mission in India failed to garner support for the British war effort, leading to passing of the Quit India Resolution. Do or Die presents the passing of the Quit India Resolution, the arrest of leaders and the rebellion of the leaderless people all over the country. It also presents the role of the INA and Subhash Chandra Bose in India's freedom struggle.
Karnataka government has issued an order to implement the national education policy from the current academic year 2021-22. Education Minister Dr. C.N. Ashwath Narayan has said that Karnataka has become the first state in the country to issue an order to implement the new education policy. More details from our correspondent.
The national education policy that aims at increasing the gross enrollment ratio in higher education from 26.8% in 2018 to 50% by 2035 will bring in sweeping reforms in the area of education. Karnataka has been taking steps to implement the policy since it was approved by the central cabinet. Once implemented, the National Skills Qualification Framework will become part of the graduation program. They can get a maximum of 40% credits through official online courses and 50% credits from any university. They have the option to discontinue and integrate courses after a specific period. A single regulator will oversee higher education in the country. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
National Investigation Agency NIA searched multiple locations in Bengaluru yesterday in connection with the DJ Halli and KG Halli police station attack cases. Searches were conducted at 7 locations at the premises of 7 absconding charge-sheeted accused persons. During the searches, various incriminating documents and electronic devices were seized from the premises of the absconding accused persons. On August 11, 2020, a mob protesting against an alleged derogatory social media post about Prophet Muhammad had turned violent and targeted the police station. The police personnel inside the station were attacked and the police vehicles parked there were burnt down or damaged. The mob had also damaged government and private properties. NIA had filed charge sheet against 247 accused persons.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Neeraj Chopra's gold in javelin throw leads to Indian contingent's best ever performance at an Olympics. Also ends India's 100-year wait for a medal in athletics. Haryana government announces a cash reward of 6 crore rupees for Neeraj Chopra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to release next installment of financial benefits under PM Kisan scheme tomorrow. Karnataka government issues order to implement new education policy 2020 from current academic session. Vaccination coverage in the country crosses 50.62 crore mark. Delhi government announces reopening of all weekly markets from tomorrow. NIA search multiple locations in Bengaluru in connection with the DJ Halli and KG Halli police station attack cases. More than 200 Taliban fighters killed in aerial raids by Afghan Air Force in Jaujan province. And in cricket, India need 157 runs to win first test of 5-match series against England on the final day today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मात नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मात नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the morning news. India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 50.62 crore mark. As per the latest report, the figure stands at 50,62,18,296. Union Health Ministry said more than 50 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday. More than 27,55,000 vaccine doses were administered as first dose and over 5 lakh vaccine doses given as the second dose in the age group of 18 to 44 years yesterday. A total of over 17 crore 54 lakh persons in the age group of 18 to 44 years across 37 states and union territories have received their first dose and more than 1 crore 18 lakh have received their second dose since the start of phase 3 of the vaccination drive.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has announced the reopening of all weekly markets in the national capital from tomorrow with COVID-19 protocols in place. In a tweet, the Chief Minister stated that his government is concerned about the livelihoods of people associated with these markets. He, however, said everyone's health and lives are also important and urged people to follow COVID-appropriate behavior after these markets are opened. The weekly markets were closed after lockdown was imposed in Delhi in April due to the second wave of COVID-19. In the run-up to Independence Day, we bring you stories on sectors which have made major impact on the lives of citizens. In this series today, we bring you a report on empowerment of the youth. In the last 7 years, youth empowerment has been the integral part of NDA government's policy making, governance and agenda. The government has laid special emphasis towards empowerment of youth and has launched several schemes. Addressing National Youth Parliament Festival Awards program in 2019 in New Delhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had asked the youth to never restrict their aspirations.
मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि युवा सपनों को, आकांक्षाओं को रोकना नहीं चाहिए, उन्हें उन्मुक्त गगन में उड़ने देना चाहिए, क्योंकि युवा नए आइडिया से, फ्रेशनेस से वो भरा हुआ होता है, ऊर्जा होती है, तेजस्विता होती, शार्पनेस होती, उस पर अतीत का बोझ नहीं होता. ऐसे में चुनौतियों और समस्याओं से निपटने में वो अधिक सक्षम होता है. साथियों, देश की, समाज की समस्याओं को सुलझाने के लिए आपकी जो अप्रोच है वो न्यू इंडिया को और मजबूत करने वाली है.
More from our correspondent.
India's youth have been the biggest ambassadors of the country's talent and potential. Their aspirations have driven the country to reach new heights. The last 7 years of Modi government have focused on clearing the path of India's youth as they navigate through opportunities across fields. From education to empowerment, from startups to sports, an ecosystem has been taking place for them to achieve their true potential. The new national education policy makes education a dynamic process, and it prepares youth to be the solution-oriented, agile, and mentally equipped to handle real-life situations. India has emerged as one of the largest startup ecosystems in the world. The startup culture has become synonymous with new-age thinking, innovation, and job creation. The ambitious Skill India mission trains over 1 crore people being imbibed with skills in 1 year alone. Government over the last 7 years has gone all out towards making India a healthy and fit nation. Fit India movement has transformed into a revolution. Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
The nation is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to commemorate the 75th anniversary of India's independence. Series of events are being organized to mark the occasion across the nation. The Mahotsav will be celebrated as a Jan Utsav in the spirit of Jan Bhagidari. In this regard, Indian Council of Historical Research, ICHR, has planned to celebrate the Mahotsav in a fitting manner. Talking to AIR News, Director ICHR, Dr. Om G. Upadhyay said, ICHR has planned 75 regional seminars wherein the focus will be on unsung heroes of the freedom struggle and historical places related with the struggle. He said activities have been planned according to 75 regions covering 10 to 12 districts.
Indian Council of Historical Research, an autonomous body under Ministry of Education, Government of India, we have planned a series of programs and publications throughout the year through 75 weeks. In fact, we have planned 75 regional seminars in which we will be focusing on few lesser known or unsung heroes of the freedom struggle movement. We will talk about incidents and places related to freedom struggle movement of that particular region, that particular area. We will be discussing on proscribed literature and institutions, organizations. We have planned 6 national seminars and we have distributed the entire period in 6 segments. In this way, we are going to celebrate, and our objective that the outcome should reach to the last person concerned of the country.
Dr. Upadhyay said 6 national seminars have been planned and the entire period has been distributed in 6 segments ranging from the year 1498 to 2022. He said 2 international seminars will be organized in London and Singapore, wherein the revolutionary movement will be discussed. Taliban faced heavy casualties yesterday when Afghan Air Force targeted their gatherings and hideouts in the city of Sheberghan, killing 200 members of the terrorist outfit. Taliban gathering was targeted by a B-52 bomber in Sheberghan city of Jaujan province yesterday evening. Afghan commando forces arrested a terrorist who is a Pakistani national from the outskirts of Ghazni provincial centre yesterday. He was involved in terrorist activities and the killing of civilians. The capital of Jaujan province in northern Afghanistan fell to the Taliban after week-long violent clashes with the government forces. The strategic city of Sheberghan is the second provincial capital to fall to the Taliban in the last 2 days. At the UNSC meeting on Afghanistan, member states expressed concern about the deteriorating situation and called for a political settlement.
India will resume their second innings at the overnight score of 52-1 against England, the first cricket test of 5-match series today at Trent Bridge, Nottingham. The visitors still need 157 runs to win the opening test on the final day today. Earlier, India bundled out England on 303 after Joe Root's classy ton in the second innings. Joe scored 109 runs. Root played an all-important innings before India fought back as Jasprit Bumrah picked 5 wickets. It was Bumrah's second 5-wicket haul at Trent Bridge. Mohammad Siraj and Shardul Thakur also got 2 wickets each. England set India a target of 209 runs to win the first test. Root and Dom Sidley's 89-run partnership for the 3rd wicket helped England get a lead in the second innings after having conceded a first innings lead in the test. India posted 278 runs in the first innings in response to England's 183, taking a lead of 95 runs.
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi will have a generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. It recorded 26 degrees Celsius as the minimum temperature, while the maximum will be around 33 degrees. Mumbai is predicted to have generally cloudy sky with light rain, minimum and maximum temperature hovering between 25 and 32 degrees Celsius. Chennai is likely to witness generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The temperatures will vary between 26 and 36 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain. The minimum temperature was 28 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Bengaluru, the temperatures will hover between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. Srinagar may witness a partly cloudy sky, becoming generally cloudy towards the evening. The minimum temperature was 17 degrees, while the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Jammu is forecast to have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain. The maximum temperature will be around 34 degrees, while it recorded 26 degrees Celsius as minimum. Leh may have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was 10 degrees Celsius, maximum will be around 28 degrees. Gilgit, the maximum temperatures may rise up to 36. It noted a lower limit of 17 degrees. Muzaffarabad, the temperatures will hover between 21 and 37 degrees Celsius. Guwahati may have a partly cloudy sky with possibility of thunder lightning. Minimum temperature was around 27 degrees. Maximum will be around 36 degrees. Imphal, the minimum temperature was recorded at 22 degrees and maximum will be around 29 degrees. Shillong, the temperatures will move from a minimum of 18 degrees Celsius to a maximum of 26 degrees. Aizawl is also predicted to have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain. The minimum temperature was 20 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 28 degrees. Kohima may have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. The temperatures will rise from a minimum of 19 to a maximum of 28 degrees. Itanagar, the temperatures will move from 22 degrees Celsius to an upper limit of 34 degrees. Gangtok, temperatures may hover between 18 and 22 degrees Celsius. Agartala will have a generally cloudy sky. It recorded a minimum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and may move up to 32 degrees as the maximum. Port Blair is expected to have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Agatti, the minimum and maximum temperature will be between 26 and 32 degrees Celsius. Thiruvananthapuram is forecast to have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain. The minimum temperature will be around 24 degrees, while the maximum will be around 31 degrees.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Almost all newspapers today celebrate the stupendous show of the debutant javelin thrower. The pioneer leads with Neeraj's golden arm earns India maiden athletic feat. The Indian Express writes, Bajrang gains revenge, bronze in dominating wrestling performance. In a bid to increase the cover of vaccination, India approves Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine, writes the Hindustan Times. The Economic Times reports, with shot in arm, employees sprint back to offices. Taking a note of the realty trend, the Financial Express writes, home buyers now look beyond metros. And finally, giving a thrust to the green drive, the Economic Times leads with more electric vehicles hit the road in 7 months than all of last year.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Neeraj Chopra's gold in javelin throw leads to Indian contingent's best ever performance at an Olympics. Also ends India's 100-year wait for a medal in athletics. Haryana government announces a cash reward of 6 crore rupees for Neeraj Chopra. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to release next installment of financial benefits under PM Kisan scheme tomorrow. Karnataka government issues order to implement new education policy 2020 from current academic session. Vaccination coverage in the country crosses 50.62 crore mark. Delhi government announces reopening of all weekly markets from tomorrow. NIA search multiple locations in Bengaluru in connection with the DJ Halli and KG Halli police station attack cases. More than 200 Taliban fighters killed in aerial raids by Afghan Air Force in Jaujan province. And in cricket, India need 157 runs to win first test of 5-match series against England on the final day today. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website newsonair.gov.in. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.